It has two ends.
Hello, I am told that we are live. Let me just wait and confirm this from the stream on the website.
Wow.
With the delay. Mikey is a ghost, so that's normal. Everything's normal there. I'm just waiting for it to come on.
I mean, he was kind of floating in the background of the
here it goes.
video. So,
hey, okay, it's definitely on. We're live. Hello and welcome once again to Megaphonic versus Jackbox. We're here with a bunch of our podcasty friends, some of whom you cannot see on the screen right now, but I think everybody should go around and introduce themselves. I'll start. I'm Chris, host of It's Just a Show and the Spouter-Inn, and I'm very excited to have some fun with my friends. Let's just go along, make a big circle. So, Sean, you go next.
Oh, I was going to say, there are two directions here.
Granted.
Who had three lovely children of her own. Sorry.
I'm Cindy. I'm Sean from Fiasco Brothers Watch a Movie, soon to be changing its name.
To Cindy.
I thought it was going to be Brian.
I'm Jared from By-The-Bywater.
Tim Leonard, also from Fiasco Brothers Watch a Movie, also planning to change the name.
Adam from It's Just a Show and a part of our Scare-itage and podcasts that are no longer with us.
Ooh, ghosts. Ghosts is the theme of this evening. The undead podcast. My podcast, the opposite of lonely, is kind of undead right now. It's on hiatus, but it will like emerge from the grave at some point.
Whoa, sorry, I opened the YouTube lid for a second and you were echoing. Nadia, I think you should make a special appearance sometime soon to talk about how people are staying social nowadays or what they've learned about being social under lockdown. I think a special episode is in order.
Yeah, but, I think you might be right.
And I'm going to patch, let's say, Sean out to get Mikey in so Mikey can introduce himself.
Hi, I was wondering if I would be remembered. I'm Mikey. I do This Is Your Mixtape and Dear Reader, both of which have been wanting a new episode for a little while now. But I'm struggling to make podcasts during this period, this unprecedented time.
Yeah.
If you want to help Michael make more podcasts, then send him nice things about the podcast he's already put out.
I'm getting a message.
That is the thing that helps best.
Tim wants me to remember him.
Now, hey, wait a minute. I know the plot of this one. Who else remembers Sean? Is it just me?
Who?
Oh no! It's like I'm not going crazy. The universe is shrinking.
Well, hopefully at some point we'll have some people watching us, or maybe somebody's already there. If you are watching and you're watching it live and you type a little comment into the YouTube commenting box, then there's a chance that we'll make it real big, like this sample one delivered earlier.
Oh wow.
Yes, if Baskerville could talk.
She does talk, believe me.
She was very chatty yesterday.
I can tag out for Sean again.
Yes, I'll let you do that. Sean's coming in. Hello, you're back.
Hi.
Sean wearing the lovely Megaphonic t-shirt.
Yes.
Always appreciated to see the merch on display.
I'm merely wearing a shirt from the video game Rampage.
That's also really good. Which Rampager did you like best?
Oh man, I always went as the Godzilla type.
What were the other two? There's a
werewolf.
type. Oh, werewolf. Yeah, I never would have remembered that. Oh boy.
Yes.
Let's start a little relaxed this time with some fibbage, let's say. Does that sound good to everybody?
Sure.
Sounds great. I'm lying already.
Are you?
Tim, this is your first time joining us. All right. Now that we've gotten all your technical difficulties sorted, are you excited to be here? Do you have any plans or schemes for how you're going to? Oops, that's the wrong one.
No.
That's the enough about you version. We can't do that.
I have no idea.
Do you have any plans about how you're going to dominate?
Do it on my phone or on the keyboard or what?
You can go to a phone or onto a different browser window if you'd like.
Okay.
And those of you in the audience who want to join in the audience capacity can also do such a thing. Hold on. I see a comment. It's our good friend Kadao, who's got a picture now.
Oh. Cadow.
I hope you enjoy how we pronounce your screen name, Cadow.
Yeah. Single tear going down the face, It's pronounced Cadu.
I keep reading it as French, like Cadeau.
It could totally be French.
We were
It could
waiting
totally
for
be
you.
French.
I thought it was K-Dow.
I'm going to type the code into the private chat for everybody here. Try not to say it out loud.
That's always the struggle.
It is always the struggle. And I'm going to launch this. Share the
ZW.
screen.
Oh, I'm the screen again.
Okay, and I will now reveal the code in case. I think that's all of us, and Cadow can join
What?
if they want to.
Is that a stem or a hat on me?
I think those are
Sitting here and blinking.
bracts. I want to say.
I'm
One of many weird eyeball plants.
Yes.
I have what appears to be either little duck legs or yolk. I'm not sure.
This is what Alex saw after eating the mushroom.
Fibbage.
Hey, I'm Cookie, and I'm thinking of growing out my bangs. Is that crazy? I don't care. I'm doing it.
Not these
8
days.
players. That means if you're an official korfball team, and yet you chose to play this game.
Separate letters. We don't have all day, KDAU. That's crazy.
Audience
We're not
members
men,
try
we
to
are
spot the
KDA.
truth and choose their own lies to fake out the players. Let's hit it.
But like a radio station, like a West Coast US radio station.
Yeah.
I get it.
Or a Jackbox entry code.
Or a Jackbox entry. Someday we're going to get that entry code and it's going to
Yes.
blow our minds.
And you got 1,000 for finding the truth.
Ooh,
Tim,
it's up to
you're here
Tim.
first. You get to pick one of these categories. If you don't do it quickly, then, they'll pick it for you.
I
I'm
have
always
never
really into
successfully.
photography.
Presidential gambling.
Oh.
Oh, that sounds good.
I don't want to think about the
Not at
president.
all.
He was a fan of poker. In one game, he ended up gambling away the White House blank. Now, write a lie on your device that the other players might think is true. If you're stuck, for half the points, you can hit the lie for me button and get a suggestion. Do it now.
Those are the rules. Here we go. I believe it.
Cartoon cat.
The truth on your device now.
There's always the one that sounds right and the one that I really want it to be.
I'm really
definitely know.
fascinated by the wheel of cheese.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah,
not the White
exactly.
House wheel of cheese.
I want it to be the Wheel of Cheese.
I know.
Yeah, President Bubsy.
I hope that the
God,
wheel of cheese.
Oh, they took the bait on that one.
I hope the wheel of cheese is a Thomas Pynchon reference.
Oh, thank you, my friends.
Oh
Thank
man.
Sean, you heard going to
Oh,
What?
Oh,
wow.
Ah.
I forgot that China meant dishware.
Yeah, I felt like it was a comical.
White House doesn't have China
Oh my
to give
God.
away. China has the White House.
Hey, oh.
Go, Chris,
All
go.
right. I'm going to piano man.
Yeah, I like Piano Man.
According to some historians, composers Bach and Handel were both blank by the same.
All right, hold on. Mikey reports that he is a piano man.
Sing us a song, Mikey.
Okay, seek the truth.
well, there's at least one answer here that's the Ken.
And what did people pick?
Oh, good job.
Whoa!
Nicely
Their
Oh.
Yeah.
The lies are coming from inside the YouTube.
Thank you.
Whoa.
Really, Adam?
Come on! It could happen.
I'm sure some historians think that. Oh, if
Ooh,
it's taught,
good
that's
one.
going to be really
was
contentious.
also
Oh no!
Damn, Sean's cleaning house.
Well, there it is.
What?
John Taylor was an eye doctor. Luckily, none of his patients could read the fine print.
Oh my god! By an eye doctor.
I have
It
to
was
read
that
about
last
this
line
now.
that they kept failing.
Oh, the irony.
Heyo.
All right. I'm out of six.
Hey, let me show you something.
Speaking of eyes,
This Chinese artifact from the Qing dynasty was used to store blank. Write your lies now.
huh?
I think the majority of us all entered the same thing.
Okay, fine.
I was wrong.
This time I'm getting toasty on some weird spirits from Portugal
love this
that
part.
Mikey brought back for me once. Y'all are racists.
That's
Y'all are
slang for
historically informed racists.
My friend.
Mikey says he's having his usual Monster Energy drink. Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Why would you store crickets?
For eating
Feed 'em to lizards.
or for noise.
Yeah, they sing to you. You carry them around, they sing to you.
Hmm.
It's a primitive Walkman, really.
Yumpin' yiminy.
Primitive Walkman.
Hey, I went up a spot.
That's what primitive radio gods referred to.
Get ready for round two, where all the points are doubled.
Making the last round largely irrelevant.
Yeah.
Select
Oh,
a
it's me.
category.
It's
What?
Nadia.
Okay.
Toothbrushes.
Phelan.
Nope. Waylon.
All right, here it is.
This isn't the
Since
Spouter.
1989, scientists have been tracking the loneliest
I keep trying to get
whale in the
Suzanne on.
world, who they believe is so
I actually
lonely
know this
because
one.
of its blank.
Oh.
Okay, enter your lies.
I think I know it too, but I didn't get it right. So
Man, I'm just not up on my 1989 whale track.
it was an exciting time.
Okay, which one's the truth?
Addiction to shrimp.
Unwillingness to comment.
Hmm.
This is rough because it could be phrased a few different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what everybody picked.
Thank you. Mikey always falls for an accent. Oh no.
Whoa, the robot is doing it. Oh, come on. Come on.
What?
It's clearly
And
true.
it was
Mikey
also-
says yes, but it does. That explains why we've got a fake answer.
And can you believe it? It
Oh.
was also.
That extra explains why we've got a fake answer.
And you've got to be kidding me. It was also.
What?
Oh, because we all knew this one.
Chivo unlocked.
Two most
No, it's bad singing.
true.
Son of a.
Dang, damn it.
Well,
Jinx,
John,
jinx,
too
jinx, jinx,
pitchy, it
jinx,
doesn't
says
match any
Mikey.
known species. It's just like me and swing choir.
I can test that.
Huh.
Odor was a good answer.
I did
Oh,
like
I
it.
don't think I think all the likes were fakey ones. Okay, let's see what Mikey's gonna do. 99. Nice. Oh no, fine dining.
Here's a question for you. After being inspired by a surreal 1960s movie, Russian restaurateur Alexei Khodorovsky opened
Close
a bar staffed entirely by blank.
The truth is going to be upsetting, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
It usually is. That's why I avoid it.
This comically racist restaurant.
What? You mean the 60s weren't woke?
60s have been canceled.
It's going to be bears or something, isn't
Hey,
it?
look for the truth and pick it.
We've got 2 spellings of dwarves
Both
and
correct.
and 2 spellings of Guy Fieri's relatives. I mean monkeys. I mean robots. I mean
Oh, shoot. I missed the answer. I think it actually is, so I voted for something else.
Okay, what did everyone pick?
I appreciate
Yeah.
your mistake.
And it was also.
Oh.
That is
Aw,
that
that's
is kind of a
sweet.
surprising. Yeah.
We have the same dream. Mikey also thanked you. Ah.
Oh, I have a fun mannequin story of this time.
Dwarves.
Does it involve Kim Cattrall?
No.
See the guy
That's
elegant.
very upsetting.
So that was my original thought.
Oh,
Then I thought
That was a
dwarves.
big one.
Nadia is sneaky.
But was it twins? If it's twins, that's brilliant.
That's
Oh.
what I thought it was after I'd already voted for monkeys.
With alternating shifts.
So that's
Maybe
not
it was
nearly
before.
as upsetting as I was expecting.
That's the thing. I was
Right?
like, oh, wait a minute. That's plausible and actually inoffensive. You're right one.
Wow, Nadia. Oh my god.
Adam, it is your
All right, choose a
turn.
category.
Celeb stories.
Try this one.
Finally.
While on the Late Late Show with James Corden in 2015, actress Connor Ferris revealed that she fell in love with Chris Pratt and he showed her his blank. Realize now.
Sleep through.
conceivably, you could Google this really fast and put it.
If you put in the right answer, it will tell you, please put in a wrong answer.
Oh,
Huh.
It's a sophisticated machine.
Hmm.
No one
understands it, but it's
Right.
wrong.
I feel like I heard this story once and now I can't remember what it actually was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
same.
same.
These are all terrible. I'm just going to put it out there. But I have a favorite. Which, if it turns out to be real, I'll be very upset.
Okay, let's take
Mikey
a look.
points out that Pratt is the worst Chris. Which
thank you both.
certainly worse than some I can think of, I guess. Come on, it's got to be.
Seriously?
Mikey,
Seriously?
Wow.
it.
Wow, and that's why he's leading.
Good job, Sean.
Total guess.
Go, Sean.
I just thought, nerd.
Man, I really liked Bible Collection. Good job,
Well, they're all infallible.
Katie at UCL.
This is the
Final Fibbage.
points. Good luck. Helene Adelaide Shelby designed a pretty innovative apparatus for getting criminals to confess their crimes. It was essentially a blank with blank. Write your lies.
Who's honking?
That was a car alarm outside my apartment.
I also feel like I know this one, but I forget it.
Sorry.
Yeah, I've definitely heard this
winning.
name before.
Well, that's where Shelbyville gets its name from. I don't know.
Y'all got to start lying.
Where there's a whip, there is a way.
I love these
Um,
lie detector variations.
Hmm.
Boy, y'all got some creativity. Yes, you do. Except maybe lie detector with extra power. Although I do like that answer.
I just now picture a lie detector with this annoying seasons long relationship with a vampire.
Somebody's got to pick. There we go.
I just voted for the thing I liked most. I know it's not true.
Yeah, same.
I did like that one.
That
I was
a good
so
one.
hoping that was real. Oh god.
That would have been amazing.
Look what you did!
Take a long look in the mirror.
It would have been amazing if that had been two people.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
That was the only half plausible one. It can't be this.
I'm proud to have fallen for that.
See, that was I enjoyed.
And you all missed.
Really, Adam, you didn't go for that one.
Are you serious?
What?
The fakest one?
Yeah, I thought Adam wrote that one.
Yeah.
The t-shirt
Wait.
cannon was more plausible.
Some of these need some
Oh,
explanation.
Nadia at the end.
Woo!
Nadia's good at this. I've noticed that.
She's lied before.
I'm
rest of us, this is
lying
our
right
time.
now.
Oh, very good. What does this one do? Oh, that's better. Hi. Wait. Now we're tiny. Now we're big.
Whoa!
It's fun to be in the director's chair.
Feeling very Alice in Wonderland right now.
Bust out the door with dim lighting.
It might have.
Flop for Mike.
Yeah, sure. All right. And Switcher-Rooney.
Oh, I
Mike,
didn't
you're
get
back.
a pose on in time. Hello.
Oh, I was so sneaky. So sneaky.
I was like unable to
Mikey.
vogue.
As the person most recently in exile, you get to choose the next game.
Bleh. Well, I don't know. We haven't Quiplash. That's normally what we start off with, and
All
it's
right,
nights.
we can
That's a boring choice. I don't know. Fuck it.
okay. You're a boring person.
I'm a boring person. I'm a little bit boring and not easy to interact with.
While I
like
set
Quiplash.
that,
That's why you went into podcasts, isn't it?
Webcams.
while I set
That's
that
why
up,
I'm so good at my podcasts.
while I set that up, Mikey and anybody else, what have you been listening to lately, music-wise?
Fiona Apple, yes, 21 days after the new Fiona Apple day. If anyone doesn't want to evangelize about music, I want to hear the mannequin story.
Oh, the mannequin.
Oh, there's also that. Yes.
I've been ordering this old Rhino New Wave collection called Just Can't Get Enough. It's like 18 volumes. I have 15 of them now.
Nice.
Oh,
Put them all in one folder on iTunes and put it on shuffle. And it's a real treat. Among other things, Tonio K's The Funky Western Civilization is on there.
I don't know that one.
I can remember when all the kids were doing the funky Western civilization.
Well, I want to listen to now because it basically describes every thing that's been happening for the last 1,500 years or so as a line. They put peace on the cross and blew a hole in JFK. They put Hitler in the driver's seat and looked the other way. Where, listening to it, where it's like, yeah. Antonio K, he knows his stuff.
Open the door, get on the floor, everybody do the Western civilization.
Pretty much. So, French language Joan of Arc breakthrough, where she says in French, you can bullshit the baker and still get the buns. You can back out of every deal except one.
Nice. The code is in the private chat, by the way.
Hooray!
I saw an article today that assigned one song on the new Fiona Apple album to each zodiac sign.
Oh, what's mine? What's mine?
I forget your sign, Adam.
I'm Virgo.
Oh, you're Virgo. Oh my goodness, I forget. You are track 11 and 12. They gave Virgo 2 because there are 13 tracks. So,
God damn.
Oh, hey.
What do you do with Gemini?
Yeah, that would make more sense.
Yeah. Hang on.
Libra, do Libra.
I need to know about Libra.
Oh man, was Libra like I didn't commit these to memory. Libra was a good one though. I forget. I'll find it now.
Libra got Hot Knife for some reason.
Which is not even on this album, correct? I know Scorpio got Newspaper, which made me very happy. And I'm not a Scorpio, but it fits.
There we go.
I find Scorpio's very compelling.
We have the little dial on the wall is telling me that we have one audience member right now.
All right.
I think you all know who that is. We appreciate every audience member, no matter how one or many.
Oh, yes. Libra was under the table, which is fantastic.
Isn't that a Dave Matthews Band song?
You'll get 2 prompts on your device.
Chris.
Just answer them however you want. Your responses
Isn't it?
will be pitched against someone else's. Everyone will
Under the Table and Dreaming was a Dave Matthews Band album, but I'm angry that you've made me remember that.
Is it also the song, or was that just a lyric in Crash? Anyway, I guess we have to stop being chatty and entertaining and start being entertaining in a time delay way.
In a typey way.
Oh no, kids, leave the room.
See, by putting no thought into my answers, I go quickly.
Yeah, and then we can get back to the Gibby Gabby.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I forgot after I entered my first one, I suddenly remembered that other people would see this.
Can't wait.
All right.
Then
Oh, I get the cowlicky. Hooray.
I got the
Trying to
dog.
think of.
It's actually pretty accurate.
I was on a West Coast radio station today.
Whoa! Was it about your gallery?
No. It was a friend of mine who hosts
the
a.
worst mistake you could make while streaming on Twitch TV.
Oh, dear.
A heated gamer moment. See, one of these is worse, but the one that isn't worse is the one I like.
Yeah, I always choose the funnier option.
I was asked by a friend of mine who has a radio show there what I've been listening to lately and to send in a little MP3 of me saying hi and explaining that. So I talked about how I've been listening to a lot of late 70s, early 80s electronic pioneer music and recommended a Laurie Spiegel
The
song.
first thing a pig would say if it could talk. It's voting time.
Oh, both very good. Both very good.
Oh,
See, I feel like pigs would have regrets.
they would.
Tell you
They would have miles to go before they
Somebody
sleep.
yells,
So.
Heckle the performing dolphins at SeaWorld.
So there's obvious.
Oh, that's so good.
Well done, Kadal.
Oh, sorry, Sean.
God damn.
The approval pyramid.
Space if you were an astronaut. Time to
Ooh, are these different?
That's funny.
I'm assuming that this is Mikey's.
It's like you know me.
Both have the same function.
Oh, now couldn't choose between
God
them.
damn, Adam.
Woo!
living in
Oh.
Oh, holy crap.
I thought igloos were warm.
Only compared to being outside of them.
If you were left alone in the White House. For an
Oh
hour.
no. I'm so sorry.
Oh dear
Oh,
God.
Oh, Blofik.
Hopefully I will remember to tell the Orlando story.
So we have a Madigan story and an Orlando story.
Write these down, Mike. You put a post-it note somewhere.
Okay, next one. What deer would use for bait if they hunted hunters? It's voting time.
Oh. Phrasing versus accuracy.
You know I'm style over substance.
There's no wrong answer there.
Next up, a great gag gift would be an exploding blank. Time to vote.
Good God.
Sean says the same target audience.
Nice.
Round 2 is straight ahead, and that means all points are doubled.
All right.
Okay, let's be funny.
I don't know what that second prompt was. I'm confused.
Oh crap! It's telling him to be more funny.
Our advanced algorithm has determined you weren't funny enough.
I got a family for that.
Anyone else got an avatar that resembles them?
Yeah, I
Probably.
think I kind of look like mine.
My face is not nearly square enough to match that.
I have
Get
more
your
eyes
tufts
than
of
my
hair.
avatar.
Yes.
I did not do that quickly enough to tell my story about Orlando.
Next
Oh
time.
well, I had terrible prompts. Someday.
Okay, here we go.
Almost at the
Song
end.
for a joke that would make children cry. Okay, voting time. Pick your favorite.
Couldn't figure out how to phrase that fit within the character limit. I'm not happy with my answer.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. One of these is a perfectly fine song to play while streaming.
I don't know what either of these are.
Well, just
live.
go for context clues and head over to YouTube later to watch that like a whole video.
Go Adam, go.
Oh yeah.
Sean says dot
Next
dot
in
dot.
line.
Oh wait, no.
You-
There's a bit there. Sorry.
Shocked to discover
Mike
that
is in charge of
blank.
that. I'm gonna stop looking at that.
It's voting time.
Point of order, murder hornets are already giant.
I liked it, Mike. I liked it a lot.
Thank you, Adam.
They're too big.
And next, the 4 horsemen wouldn't be as scary if they were the 4 blank men of the apocalypse. Time to vote.
Well, one of those ones I vote.
I was really hoping that somebody would have written the 4 blank men of the apocalypse.
Well,
Yeah,
I like the tricycle one.
No, the tricycle one was
Sketch
certainly
wouldn't happen.
good. But yeah, puns.
Next one. So, what was that movie? Birdman?
Hey, I saw that
Anyway.
movie. It's one of the 3 I've seen.
You don't recognize the plot.
These are both true.
The Japester is really doing it for me.
God damn.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tim.
You deserve to win.
Foiled again by the Japester.
Oh.
It's voting time.
Both of these are just you.
Based on a true story.
It's very frustrating to have something caught between your teeth.
Just use your fingernails for that.
Yeah, no, that is far more likely.
Time to vote.
What? What? What?
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
I like
I'm
this one.
Yeah.
This was the one where it was
Good
like,
job,
what?
Kyle.
What prompt is this? What's happening? I don't know.
Upright and firm makes sense to me.
No, it was good. They were both good answers, but that is a
Name
weird
for
problem.
salad dressing.
Ah, here's why we were talking about Lindsay Lohan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Sean.
Aww.
Just say Thousand Island and get it over with.
Round 2 is now complete. Let's see who completed it well.
I have no idea. Oh, Cadell was in the lead. I missed that. And it, it's still very much in the lead. Well, wellity.
Welcome to the last lash, the final round. Stakes are tripled. There's just one prompt,
Sean was
and
dreaming
your
of ferrets. Damn you, Beastmaster.
Oh,
prompt is
understand.
the best way to start your day.
Oh, well, it's
So-
on brand.
So I was meeting a friend of Michael's, and she was talking about how she got married in Orlando. And I said, "Oh, did you get a Disneyland or Disney World marriage?" And she said, "Oh, no." And I said, "Oh no, did you get a SeaWorld marriage?" She was like, "No, I just like Orlando." Still super weird, but that's fine.
Oh, no.
You're ready to
Oh
roll.
no.
I didn't do my chiding. I should have.
All to one answer or spread them out.
I mean, some of these are accurate. Yep.
I am susceptible to pandering.
At least one of these is just another way of saying masturbation.
Several of these you can do at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
We've all masturbated slowly to a nice megaphonic podcast.
I can only climax if drinking wine from the skulls of my enemies.
Time does not still exist. I'm wondering.
I can test this.
This is my one scheduled activity a week. pandering.
It worked.
I didn't know you only got 3 votes.
Oh, sorry.
Otherwise, I would have gone for the pandering as well.
You're supposed to do them in order, but yes.
Yeah, first, second, third.
Yay!
Yay.
Anyone can dance forever.
I don't remember where they got wedded. Michael,
I
do you
don't. I
remember?
don't either.
You should add that this was a couple from Newfoundland, so
Yes.
they went quite out of their way to have an Orlando wedding and not be in a theme park. Oh, Adam snuck in at the last. Oh,
Well done.
wow. Oh.
Well done.
Got quibbed.
All right, that means that Adam is going to go into exile, and we're going to bring Sean back.
Adam's prize is sweet release.
Comfortably
My
off camera,
punishment is coming
masturbate
back.
to a podcast only I'll be able to watch.
Oh.
All right, Sean, you are our person who is back. You get to pick the next game.
Oh,
It's your onus.
be my Yoko Onos. How about the Murder House? I like the Murder House.
Murder House. Yeah, Trivia Murder Party 2. Here it comes. We
I
have
just
2
like
people
that we all
watching
die.
now, which is very exciting.
It's been 2 for a little while. Hi.
Oh, can you all see it as well? That's good.
Well, I can because I'm signed in as you. Remember?
Oh.
From when I was doing this
Fine.
with my
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
I know why. Just surprised that 2 instances of us in. That's interesting. That's
I can do everything you can do.
Better.
Yes.
everything better than you.
Better than you. No, you can't. Yes,
Yes,
I
I
can.
can.
I mean, lost opportunity. We should have done that song.
Well, we just have to do the alphabet over again. Do you want to explain that to people who are not aware of, to our 2 audience members who surely are aware of what we're doing, but nevertheless,
Our
if
songs.
anybody stumbles on this,
That's what I was going to say when you asked, what are you listening to lately? I was going to say, your cover song.
Aw. So for anyone who's not aware, Chris and I are covering a song for each letter of the alphabet. And we just did X today. We did XXXO by MIA because there's not a lot of options for that letter. We were initially doing 1 a day, but that got a bit much. So we're kind of doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday now. Oh, we should have. Adam says you should have done George Washington by Brad Neely. Agree.
as in Washington.
Yeah, Washington.
Six. Yeah.
Opponents
Other
beware.
words.
Opponents beware.
Yeah.
He's
The code
coming.
is in, by
He's
the
coming.
way, for those
He's
of you.
coming. I've never put it to the test. I might have that entire thing memorized.
Adam, are you joining us for this one?
Oh, it's a funeral march.
There he is. Yeah. And did I make that work right? I did. Therefore, we can. Oh, what? What just happened?
Well,
That's weird. That button shouldn't do that. Try this again.
Yeah.
There you go. The first person who comes in
Murder House.
for some murder trivia. Will it be K Dow? Will it be the other person who's watching?
I'm a little purple thing this time.
It was K Dow, but the audience can still get in and still have a chance of getting points. I don't understand how the audience.
I'm
watches
the
this.
heart. Hooray.
Trivia is more interesting when you die.
Hey, hey.
This hotel was run by a mysterious family for several generations until close.
Yeah, I'm the ghost with the crown.
Who's the double heart?
Me.
Good.
My little icon thing, my burlap rag doll has glass. So, yeah.
Have you played this one before, Tim?
No.
All right. Well, look forward to some murder
This
trivia.
is your wake-up call. Prepare to die. Welcome to your murder party. You just
Still need to
checked
make that
in
for Animal
to a
Crossing.
game of murder. Only one of you will survive. Also, if you have any feedback on the hotel side of things, please pull me aside during the game. I'm all ears. All right.
I love our host.
Yeah.
Which of the following is not of Shakespeare's
Oh.
Shakespeare?
Fuck yes.
Yes. Everything's coming up, Jared.
Yes.
Oh, this is just a trivia one. We're not fibbing at each other or making. Bad
Well, you'll see. There's mini games,
Okay.
Who got the question right?
but yeah, there's no creativity into this one in that sense.
Well,
The
that's
rest of you, come with me.
Our friend Cordelia is going to turn
Welcome
6
to
in a
Room
day or two.
101. It's non-smoking.
We have friends who have a daughter
Let's
who's
use one
named
of my
Cordelia.
cousin Aloysius's old stage props. Make a space in this box to hide yourself.
Come
To
next.
magic shows, they were safe. Of course, this magic trick does need some volunteers. Volunteers get 1 sword.
Yep.
When you're defined, choose a row or a column to run your sword through.
A row or a column.
Fun
Youch.
fact.
This
when
is
I found this
brutal
magic prop,
Excel.
I love this game because literally none of this matters until the end.
Yep. Oh, he got exploded.
Exploded.
is that a score penalty, or do we just laugh, or what?
So now you're dead.
Oh,
And
Become
once
a ghost.
everybody's dead, except
You can
one.
steal life again.
Yep. You can come back to life. You just keep playing. I like
it
Excel.
sounds like a legendary Stardust Cowboy.
Let's try another one.
At the end, we keep stealing life from each other.
What type of rock is chalk?
So long
That's a good question.
and far away.
I'm not convinced I have the right answer.
I'm going to answer with great confidence.
I did not have the right answer.
Holy crap, I was right.
I want to show you something.
Okay, Nevi Adam.
Salutations! Welcome back to the killing room. I hope you like gifts. These are precious family treasures I give away as punishments.
Oh, God. Who gets the bomb?
To the box!
Ah, my grandpappy Jack's glasses.
Oh no.
They say they let him see things no mortal mind can comprehend.
Oh,
He succumbed to supernatural madness. Or maybe he just used a therapist. Who knows? It was a different time. Let's get out of here.
uh-oh. I don't know what this does.
This affects Chris in some way.
Hasn't been updated much since I was a kid. Same carpet, a lot of the same bloodstains. Ah,
If
it
it's
really
extra,
brings me back.
it might tell you one of the answers is wrong or something.
Let's keep moving.
We'll see.
Let us know.
What were Twinkies
Adam says it
originally?
probably mixes up the answers. That seems plausible.
Oh God, they're dancing. It's horrible.
I think I got this one wrong.
Oh my God, the visuals are so jarring. It's like several different colors dancing around. I mean, it's
Wow.
fine. I can read it, but like, it's
Time
really
for
upsetting.
consequences.
Adam, you know nothing about junk food.
I mean, Newfoundland is Vashon cake territory.
Yeah, well, it took forever for you to actually have a Twinkie, Mikey.
And if
Yeah, I was like 28 the first time I had a Twinkie.
I
Now,
made him, and then Mikey was like,
write your
"Oh,
answers
interesting."
Now.
I had Mikey have one, and then he was like, really like nervous, and he was like, it's not very good. I was like, oh God, no. he was so anxious about disappointing me and not liking the Twinkie that I made him have when the factory was closing. He was like, oh no.
it was at the gas station in Whitburn, Newfoundland.
Yes, Newfoundland's first inland town.
That's what the signs
Everybody's
say.
taking the ones I know.
Oh, you got to be fast. Well, there's only 8, and there's 7 of us.
Now,
So
let's see if there are any matches.
sorry, Adam.
You should have picked a less guessable answer if you wanted to stay alive.
Yeah, Adam.
Got to find that doll.
Thank you, Myron.
We're here. When one player is left alive, we'll go to the final round. Next
I'm going
question.
to show you what the effect looks like.
Which of the following is part of your outer or visible ear?
Oh, okay. It's just really psychedelic.
It's very psychedelic. Your outer ear, huh?
I have no idea.
I know this because of my unusually shaped ears.
Ha!
Well, okay then.
I don't.
Yeah, I have the feeling
Totally gets
I'm death on this one.
Answer.
The sooner we all die, the sooner we can escape.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
Dying.
I believe in us.
Oh, you lost.
Oh no, it's
Oh, no.
dictation.
I'm totally
no.
dying.
Oh no! Yeah, I'm definitely gonna die. I suck
Write
at
down
this
as
part.
much of what I say as you can. The player who writes the fewest of my words will
Yeah,
die.
no, I'm the worst.
Fewest
And the letter begins.
will die. Yes, sorry.
No.
Nevertheless, it's just as
Dear
it always
guests,
is.
While I appreciate you wiping down the exercise
we don't do this
equipment
one.
after use, please refrain from doing so, as I am currently trying to collect those fluids. Thanks for your cooperation. Mondays, am I right? Time's up. Okay, now let me just look back at my beautiful words and here's how you did.
Whoops.
You did real bad.
Well, I didn't get my $100. I bet on Nadia.
I'm like the world's slowest texter. There is like no hope for me on this one.
I should have checked to see who was using the phone and who wasn't.
Let's try another one. What's this cute little guy called?
Aw, he's got a couple names. Oh no, all of my answers are I'm not crazy. Oh no, there are a lot of them. There's a mini game in which you have to cut off one of your fingers. And if you cut off no. And if you cut off your third finger, for example, you're not allowed to guess number 3 on these anymore.
Oh wow!
You only have to cut off your finger in real life.
Hey!
Henrik
We all did
beats
it.
you.
Let's keep moving. I'm sort of a self-help nut. It got me where I am now. Who wrote The Secret?
Oh fuck! Oh fuck!
Ooh.
Oh no!
I don't know. Oh no, I have no idea.
Kill me.
I only
just
recognize
Put
2
it out
of
to the
those
universe.
names. And
I
I
actually know this. But
Ooh.
Oh yay!
Oh, did not get that.
The rest
the
of
Oh.
process of elimination only.
All
I
right.
knew it wasn't Oprah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, well, the only one I've heard of is Anne Lamott.
you have 45 seconds to
She publicized it, but yeah.
die.
Oprah did.
Right?
45
All you
seconds
need
to escape
do
the
is
room.
Pause and take a deep breath. And when you resume, I know you'll have it all figured out.
I don't understand.
This is 10.
Oh, is the answer coming to you yet?
I don't see anything on my screen.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those quit hitting yourself serial killer traps.
Jigsaw!
You're like, duh, when you figure it out. Aw, was that too abstract for you? Let's be more concrete.
Oof. Oof.
Oofda.
I have no idea what
Yeah,
we're
indeed.
supposed to
What we
do.
were supposed to do. There was nothing
Nope.
to put on the other screen.
Nope. No idea.
Mention that when my grandpappy died, where
I
he
mean,
was
I
eating
reloaded and
glasses,
such, but
every
that didn't
living
seem to
person
do it.
nearby came
Oh, Jared, it's you.
I'm afraid.
We're coming after
We're
you,
coming
Jared.
for you.
We're going to be right on your trail.
You know what that means.
Oh, look at the
if you're in
googly
the
eyes on
lead-
him.
If you're in the lead, you get fewer answers to choose from,
Nice.
so we can catch up.
Right.
Attention,
Well done.
now.
What category?
First one's just for Jared.
Launched online before 2000.
No.
So Tim, it's possible that all of the answers will be correct. It's possible that none of the answers will be correct, such as this one.
I mean, it's unfair. I get it. It's a murder hotel. However, I feel ripped off.
From what? Like,
Look at this.
I know.
Ghosts get to play
What?
too.
What's unfair about it?
They will steal your life
Only
force.
pause, resume, dead.
Oh, I see. Well,
Yeah,
we'll
that
figure
one
it out
was
someday.
garbage. But
And ghosts get a third choice to help them catch up to you.
Yes. So you can vote for as many or none.
But whoever's in the lead doesn't get the third option.
Yeah.
So that we can
Only
get up
the
to three,
ghosts get to vote for the third one.
and we can.
All right. You
win.
got to hit submit after you vote.
Yes,
That's
don't
important.
forget to do that.
Moving on. Multiples of 8.
What?
Uh-oh.
I don't math.
Oh. Yes.
Oh,
In my wheelhouse.
Oh, I'm not.
I wish the.
Everyone follow Major Arcana.
Some of these are probably in the Edward Gorey tarot card deck.
What?
I
They
wish
were
those
all
were all
blue.
no.
There's no Queen of Pentacles. Of course not. Duh.
Don't look behind you.
I was getting more and more nervous.
Oh yeah, nothing comes after us.
Are you
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, nothing.
Oh,
Pretty
fuck
dick.
me.
I'm told he's not nice. Oh damn it.
Getting pretty close to the exit.
Oh, those googly eyes are really funny.
Nadia,
great.
you can catch him.
Dogs from around the world.
Oh,
Ooh,
Babo Natali?
that's an interesting one. I
Time
don't
is
know the
almost
answer to number 3. Ah, dang it.
up. Kind of a gimme.
Christmas, I know.
All right, you need to get a perfect to get through.
You need a perfect answer for your final escape.
Uh,
And that includes the third answer choice now too.
I've never seen someone make it all the way there.
That's in the lead.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you won't see it again. But
You got it. Oh, woo! You live.
Jared has
Never
left the
seen
building.
that happen.
it's really stressful.
You've been raptured. You've been raptured.
Figures.
Dang it.
Wins Twisted Game.
Ah, yeah, $6,000 of blood money.
Jared.
Oh, Chris, don't take the screen away.
Oh no, I'm a solo act.
Nadia transcribed poorly. Unknown as to why I died.
Oh,
Oh, Chris.
I didn't do that.
Oh.
I didn't intend to.
Whoa,
anyway.
whoa.
Not much time. I'm Dr. Caralda, a licensed physician of the mystical arts.
Huh?
You seem to have been infected by a supernatural madness. Not to be confused with a real mental illness, which is a serious issue that I have no formal training in. You need to answer this question correctly or forever be tormented by spooky apparitions.
What?
Who played Indian?
You can do this, Jared. You can do this,
You
Jared.
can do this.
You can do this.
It's not
Wow.
comes down to
I think it did all like that weird jumpy lettering thing that I think you were talking about, Chris.
Multicolored jumpy letterings.
Yeah.
I'll send you
The
my
game's never done this before.
network.
We've never had someone make it without dying.
That's true.
I've done that in other games that have not been streamed.
Supernatural Madness.
Oh, all right, let's see how we do that.
Amazing.
Like Tron, we don't know why.
I just
Oh my
lost
God.
the will to live, like Padme Amidala.
That was stabbed. We don't know why I died. Sean was. We don't know. We don't know the answer to that riddle. Adam had a mind meld. Sorry, Adam.
Yeah, everybody with the unknown was that, we're not
Yeah.
telling you what to do. Good luck.
Indeed. All right, I'm gonna kick Jared off.
Yeah, okay.
We'll kick Jared off.
I volunteer.
Oh wait,
Kick
Adam.
me out,
Adam,
coach. Kick me
there
out.
we go.
I'm here.
And since you're back, you get to choose what game we play next.
Oh,
But
I will be right
go ahead.
back.
All right.
I was going to suggest that we wrap.
I love rap.
Wrap time. All
I'm
right.
also gonna run away for 1 second. I'll be very fast.
I'm going to kick you off and bring Jared back so that Jared can tell us the mannequin story while I set this up.
Mm.
It was
It's
Jared's mannequin story. Yes. Okay.
more of an anecdote, really. When my mom was pregnant with me, she lived in Lake Tahoe,
Oh wow.
and it was the winter time, and Tahoe in the winter is just, miles of snow vertically. And she got stranded, and she was pregnant with me, had my older sister who was about 20 months old at the time, and was like, oh, I got to call, my dad to, and this is obviously before cell phones. So she's looking around for a place to go, use a landline, and comes across this ski lodge in the middle of nowhere. And it goes inside, and it's totally empty except for the proprietor and just a room full of mannequins. Like the entire room is just mannequins. They're like at the pool table, they're at the bar, they're at the.
So
just,
they're active mannequins.
they're just mannequins everywhere.
No.
And obviously she was like, well, I don't want to stay here, but where else are you going to go in 6 feet of snow? Use the phone, all that. The human people were really nice. They gave her dinner, and they gave her spaghetti that she describes as like being served on paper plates that was so oily. It was so oily that it was like soaking up the sides of the plates. And everybody around her is just like eating it and going, oh, this is amazing. This is the best you've ever made. Oh, I love it. And there's like grease all around their mouths and everything. And it's just like very like Black Lodge things happening. It doesn't, there's no like funny resolution or button on this story. It was just like
everybody
mannequins.
Was there an explanation for the mannequins? Like
No. They're just a crap load of mannequins that were just there.
Did you grow up in Tahoe?
I didn't. We moved to Washington when I was 6 months old. So
Oh, okay. Have you been back to Tahoe since?
briefly, we didn't find the ski lodge though.
Yeah, I've been to Tahoe. I wasn't looking for a ski lodge. I didn't know there was one there. But yeah.
I mean, maybe there isn't. Maybe she wandered into a pocket universe. Who knows?
That sounds like a pocket
I hate when that happens.
One more person needs to come in, and that looks like it's Nadia.
What? I'm here. Oh wait.
Are you in the?
Oh, I am not. No, I missed it. There was a letter code. Okay.
There we go. And now somebody from the audience can join. There are two people fighting it out. But maybe only Kadao is interested. Oh, okay. I'm going to kick Jared back off. Thank you for your story, Jared. But we're going to have Mikey back on for this. Mikey, get into those. 3, 2, 1. Mikey time.
Yo,
Very relaxed.
Activate the Mikey-tron.
Yes. I had the time to do a pose, just not the initiative then.
Okay, we're all in. Time for the repage.
Oh God.
Let's wrap, kids.
That's rap.
Not the official issues that are bothering you.
Are we allowed to do this without Sarah?
Yeah.
It is definitely sad. Sarah has moved successfully, but I guess isn't available tonight. I didn't.
Yeah.
Well, she posted in the Slack that she's not set up yet.
Oh, but she says she'll watch on YouTube.
No.
Oh, hi, Sarah.
I don't know. There's two people watching. I don't know if she's one of them. Sarah, if you're there, say hi.
Both of Sarah's cats are watching.
Vote on that winner, which honestly you all are.
She says that, but I'm a loser.
I'm hoping to be stepped on today. Saw that in my future. Get your words together. Time to get it started.
All right.
Time to get them lyrics down.
I need you to write a word or a phrase, then an entire line that rhymes with the one that we give back to you.
Yeah,
Need help?
yeah.
Just
Always remember that first word you choose, you have to rhyme it. Don't paint yourself into a corner.
Yeah.
Oh, been there, done that. I'm sorry.
Never apologize. All right. Oh, I'm the first one in. Speed demon. I wish I had a charming anecdote to share, but
What else have you been listening to?
I've been making some electronic music on my own. So a lot of that, because the drafts of tracks, I want to listen to them and figure out how I'm going to change them. So that's not something I can, next month look for the link, I guess. I don't know.
Go.
Take that, important stuff and things.
Calling the train. I don't know.
Gotta get that train.
Yep, calling the train.
Runaway train.
The stuff and things will be next.
Back.
Runaway on a one-way
track.
Why didn't we do that one?
We did Rid of Me for R. I am very proud of that one. Runaway Train can eat it.
Remember, we didn't even talk about doing Runaway Train.
coming up blank.
I feel like my needs aren't being accommodated.
Oh.
What, you got Z?
I've downloaded all these images of missing children.
Don't worry, you're not on a list or anything.
Now YouTube's auto transcribing algorithm send that straight to the FBI. What is the Canadian equivalent of the people who would put you on a list?
I guess CSIS?
Yeah.
Here's the
The masked Mounties.
Ooh, we got a Fiasco fight.
Let's go on and get
Oh, I forgot to check who I was doing this against. Like, okay.
Oh
no, Jared didn't get his last word in.
Yes.
Oh no.
Oh man, I love Nadia. I love your robot.
Woo! I get the best robot. Okay.
Jared's face is kind of grimy.
Oh.
Always says I'm the number one bunny. But people are needed for your money.
All right, we can fire and boo on our phones. Don't neglect to do that. Jared says he's up against Nadia of all people, with not getting his word in.
I've never met an opponent I couldn't stab. You're in my lap.
Whoa.
Nice laugh, with the flavor.
We have a winner.
Oh my god!
We have a winner.
Oh.
Hell.
I'm so.
Nadia came in strong, but
It worked out. It worked out.
Now it's time for the next couple of MCs to get down.
I thought I saw where that was going, and wow.
Yeah.
So many plot twists.
Who played basketball so keenly, my word. Liquid sex. But don't look at it with your X-ray specs.
Okay, word, cool, that's dope. Now let's keep it moving. Ooh, you gotta respond to that.
I'm slam dunking rhymes like a baseball bat. I failed gym class, but gym ain't all that.
What?
My breath is foul, but my bars are spicy. You're a mint in orange juice, kind of dicey.
Oh. that was an indelible image at the end there.
Yeah. I'm hurt. I'm wounded.
I don't know.
They asked me for a piece of sporting equipment, then they're like, I'm slam dunking like a baseball bat. That doesn't make sense.
Yep. Fair enough.
I don't know. Microtron's left a bad taste in my mouth.
Hey,
Oh, God.
Oh!
Ring, ring.
Let's get it in.
Skittles.
That is the best robot.
They smell like a cake. Your ball of dough hasn't started to bake.
Nice.
My meter scans well, and my rhymes always hold.
Action.
All right.
Nice.
Appreciate you. It's time
Nice.
for the
All right, Adam.
All right, Rocco. Embarrassed.
Will not be back next Thursday. You're such a dork. Mr. Dress Up makes you thirsty.
Your feet will walks.
Oh, I'm sorry, Cadell.
I'm sorry.
These very strong raps. Both very
Yes.
good.
Mr. Dressed Up is a Canadian female. They have to look up. But
robots. Let's go.
Fiasco.
All right.
Fiasco.
All right.
Well, this will be a total
Sibling.
fiasco.
Sibling.
Fiascos.
When I want to date, I just jump on YouTube. For a channel, get the loop. I shake the tree and the damn wasp spins.
Hey-o.
Ooh.
I don't have a banner for Animal Crossing yet.
Well, how can we stay topical, Chris?
It's a showdown, and my words are my severed heads.
Ooh,
I'm mad rhymes like Jason's and Fred's.
wow.
My words are like paint. I'm an artist like Vincent Van Gogh. No sucker MCs can mess with my flow.
Very good.
All right. You heard that. Let's keep it moving. Yeah, check it out. Now it's time to use your devices to vote on who brought it strong.
I guess they're assuming I'm voting for me. Oh, Jesus.
Whew. I learned every time I used Sucker MC, I lost.
It's true. Sean has street cred now.
Let's
Isn't
see who
he?
wins right now.
They've gotten this a few times.
Not his first battle. Oh, Sean, you're in the lead.
Wow.
Whoa, that won't last. It was that sweet Animal Crossing reference.
Oh. Here we go.
All right.
Which one is that? There we go. The Informant's parking garage.
Oh, one down.
Is that Binge Pipe? Looks like it. And Ben Jacobs Online College offline campus. Oh.
Autocorrect has made my rhymes sillier than they were supposed to be.
It now says that burn needs a topical ointment. I appreciate how Kadau's face ends up bigger than any of ours.
That's right, y'all. Just
All right.
these battlers got steel beams.
There we go.
Doesn't mean they don't need your support.
Blatant Animal Crossing. yes.
I was uncomfortable with how mean my penultimate line was because they just asked for one word, right? And it came out super duper mean.
Yeah, you was right for me to have us.
You're not here to make friends, Mikey.
I'm here to win useless internet points.
Hey, my hobbies are stupid too.
Oh, everything's been destroyed.
I know. We've laid waste to the city. Whoa. Rhyme. 6 seconds. Toot toot toot. Woo.
Toot toot.
These are the round 2.
Who's
All
not
right.
even up again? Oh shit.
Let's get it in.
See, if I lose every game, I never stop playing.
All right, let's hear
You're
it.
low on fuel,
It
better
is
pump.
this robot.
Ew,
Smooth as silk.
that
Nice.
does rhyme.
Your sailboat can't afford to extend. My rhymes are long. I don't have to pretend.
Oh, is this against me?
Yes.
That's why I can't vote
Right.
for fire.
Come on now, you got to answer that. Where you straight that in your words.
I should pay attention.
Yes.
You're the fly swatter. I'm the tanuki. Your mortgage is due, motherfucker.
Nailed it.
Your mortgage is due, motherfucker.
Wow.
I kind of love it.
That was abstract.
It wasn't terribly abstract if you've been playing Animal Crossing.
Tom Nook said I had to vote for you, Chris.
Be shame if you lost that basement.
Hey,
Time for our next matchup.
Nook
Yeah,
can
like,
give,
what
Nook
did-
can take away. All right.
You hear the sad news? You're about to shaking.
What?
Out the shaking.
Let's fighting love.
You're going down faster than you think.
Now we got
All right.
Santa Claus or not, in your town.
I'm gonna roast you like a spam. It's black. My black is utterly dancing while you're busy slicing. I got the whole cake. You don't even have the icing.
Nice. Nice.
Nice.
That was okay.
That was okay.
Yeah.
And the crowd goes mediocre.
The crowd goes better.
Oh,
But the people's favorite.
Damn.
Thank you over the one person who was voting for me.
Man, come on, watch where you step. I need my
All right.
next couple of MCs to step up.
Let's do this.
Sean v. Mikey. It's on.
When you're done here, go back to Animal Crossing. Asks, you've been flossing? Person fight a lot.
That's going to make this look even
All of
worse.
your kids.
Wow.
You're way too shiny. Come back and you're stuck in crime.
Oh,
Aw.
Okay. All right.
I have been noticing that my forehead shines in this camera.
Make it happen.
I forgot to put in Animal Crossing.
Woo!
And it shows.
Whoopsie.
damn.
Congratulations, Shorty. That was pretty
Ring
good.
ring.
Good job. Where my next two robots at? Let's
There's
do
more?
this, y'all.
Yeah.
All right.
I just forgot about you guys.
You're right.
Oh my god.
Rhymes with salt.
Salt fresh with the salt. It's true. It's funny because it's true.
Oh God, the Grievous thing killed me.
Calling your name is pretty good. Get it? Read you like a book. Like you'll see these documentaries with hot snakes.
Hot snakes.
Okay, word.
Kids, leave the room.
That's my favorite Frank Zappa, Captain Beefheart collab.
You know, you can vote for your friends or you can vote against your friends.
Uh-oh. I didn't expect that to happen.
All right, y'all.
No.
Good battle.
Victory.
Holy F.
Now let's check out the scoreboard.
All right.
You know, cursing is allowed, Jared.
Oh, Jared, you're in the lead.
Jared's in the lead.
I am not in the lead.
I'm leading the second column.
All right, who am I? I'm against Tim. Okay.
All right.
This is the weirdest prompt I've gotten yet.
Oh, nice.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever written.
Ooh.
Jared says this is too much pressure. I wonder who he's against.
Me.
Uh-oh. You know, Mikey's not shy about going in hard and cutting. We call Mikey the cruelest Megaphonic host. As anybody who's listened to his takedown, this is your mixtape.
Why did you pick this dumb song?
Exactly. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe you like Taylor Swift, he says.
Got about a minute left. Think you type.
Let me explain to you why she's terrible.
So do you just pick stuff he's never heard of and hope for the best?
No, that's just obnoxious. Oh, you pick something I've never heard of. Oh, you think you're so special. You can't pick songs the rest of us know. Well.
I would submit that if you don't know Telstar, that's your fault at this point.
Have you tracked down that version of Telstar that was used by?
I have no idea where he got that one. I have a suspicion that it was like a thrift store 8-track.
Oh, I've heard it before, but maybe not.
I feel I was not up to my usual standard.
Sputnik, no sir.
Card.
Oh, I guess we need to use that as follow-up on the next
Ready
episode.
to go? Let me hear you get at him.
All right, so we Mike Scott versus Jared for the high point, but let's see.
All right, here we go.
Flash shows a stale and old. The bed is as empty as a poop.
Oh,
okay.
I'm sorry to hear all you brought is baubles.
That's how you do it.
But I've seen rum grillers. I'm sorry on all the fellas.
Oh,
Very nice.
That was awfully good, I have to say.
whoopsie.
Oh!
People's champion.
It's the parasol line, man. It was
good. It was the winner.
Me and Burgess Meredith, we're like this. Oh no! to
I
vote
miss
against my friend.
blood.
Only this battle.
Bridge. Go back to your man's house. You find me wrecking bridge.
All right. I see what you're working with. You know you got to answer that.
Come on, can you beat up Myra Breckenridge reference?
I don't think I can. No.
Monkey. Monkey.
Monkey and monkey don't rhyme.
All right. We heard that. Let's keep it moving. All right. Now it's time for you to use your
I feel
device.
like moggy is a word that I don't see. It doesn't get enough play.
It's a Britishism, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cat, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. I picked it up from Dave.
Good one.
He's always posting pictures of his moggies. Well, one now.
Zach, come on and get down. Let's get it started.
Okay. The thing we've all been waiting for this.
Down like the train to Mexico, hiding your body behind the Texaco. Get into my car, then behind my local Texaco.
Chris!
It asked for two places.
You run your mouth and choose my words dangerous.
Ooh.
Stranger than me.
Oh.
I didn't have to rhyme this last line.
Been there.
Very nice.
Oh, start clicking that Good job. Good job. Congratulations. Hey, man, please don't step on me. Check it out. Final battle. Who's the last one?
Boy.
Rhymes more like bust to face. When I'm on the mic, you get put in your place. You're strutting around like you're the manager. It's the apocalypse and you're a harbinger.
All right.
Jared. Yes, I am.
Oh, now you got to come strong with it.
Why don't you go back to the match you picked you?
Nice. I'm dirt.
That is a good rhyme.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, Jared just won it.
Flawless victory.
Mortality.
Oh wow.
Yes, that was gonna happen.
Machu Picchu hit you.
Yeah.
It's better than Manager Harbinger.
You're not going to recover from that. That's a fatal rhyme.
Oof.
Jared wins it.
He's a millionaire.
Jared the Ghost wins it.
Wait, so did you get kicked out again?
Chris, I can trade with Jared.
Sure, okay.
I want to trade out. Okay.
You want to trade out? All right. If you want to trade out. Jared's back.
I'm back.
Congratulations, Jared, you did it.
Those raps.
I'm shocked because this is the one game that I always am like, I'm bad at this.
I guess with Sarah not here, you
Yes.
managed to master it.
There's only so much flow in this group, and when she's not here,
The capacity goes to you, yeah.
or whoever's not me.
So I want to propose a game that we play.
Okay.
Which breaks our rule that Jared we get to choose the next game. So hopefully he's okay.
The rule that was instantiated about an hour ago.
It's fine.
Yeah. Our long-standing rule.
Are you trying to undercut the rule, Mikey? Because the
Sure.
rule is our goal.
I you put me on the spot when I came back. I wasn't expecting it. I'm fine with it.
The rule is our rule, and it rules. I would like us to play a different trivia game, one that's less exciting than the dead one. But I'd like us to play You Don't Know Jack.
Sure.
You don't know Jack here, and I've never played this version of it, and I think it plays a bunch of people. So let's give it a try.
I'm into it.
Does everybody know your you don't know Jack rules?
I've never played this one.
Let's do this.
I don't know Jack.
Yeah, I forget. It's been a while.
It's a game show type thing. It's trivia.
Are you tired of streaming services that are actually real and provide real services and aren't just a satirical wrapper for the latest iteration of a video game franchise? Well, then Binge Pipe is for you.
Well, it's fine.
We have,
There's only one person watching at this point. Whoever was watching before has left.
Our raps were too real.
They were too fire.
Sarah couldn't watch any longer.
Customer service
They were too funky.
Binge Pipe customer.
Like seriously.
The second I
Too funky fresh.
explain why it isn't a problem and why I should be more grateful for their ever-seeing eye.
The second my binge pipe router went out, a service team was in my home. I didn't
Well,
even
Cadell
know
managed
I
to
had a
beat
back
Nadia.
door.
And
I thought the volume
Adam.
was off on my programming, but the binge pipe doctor discovered it was my ears that were wrong.
Oh, I don't see the code.
I didn't put the code. It's on the screen.
Oh, geez, I didn't even look.
I forgot. You are doing better than I am right now.
I am really enjoying these binge pipe.
Oh yeah, no, the ads are and such are great. I mean, all Jackbox things are pretty great, but this is what made them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Binge Pipe is honored to be the new home of You Don't Know Jack. Binge Pipe. Yes.
This word makes me uncomfortable.
I like the J.
I put Nutella on sushi.
It's very like
Basically,
I don't know,
It's
intimate.
Okay, well, with a party this size,
some good
grading will automatically be added to your final scores. And so it begins.
Time for question one.
First up, a train question, but not about the band.
Oh, God.
St. Thomas the Tank Engine is chugging along at work one day when suddenly someone is murdered inside him. What would the film based on these events be titled? Adventure Bay Express, Murder on the Townsville Express, Murder on the Island of Sodor Express, or Murder on the Neighborhood of Make Believe Express?
So they're asking us if we know the setting of Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah, it's classic from the classic show Adventure Bay.
Danger Bay.
Hurry. Oh, don't. You don't have to answer, by the way. You'll lose money if you get it wrong.
The Tank Engine lives and works on the island of Sodor.
What?
Yes.
Yeah. What did you
The
put?
passenger actually got
Adventure Bay.
after realizing he was on an island.
I thought you were joking.
I was. But
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
And now, quiet down. Which of the Marx brothers would be least likely to get eviscerated? Quiet place. Groucho, Chico, Harpo, or Zeppo?
If you don't know, you don't have to answer.
You'll still lose money, though, right?
Apparently you
Well,
do,
no,
because
I
I
thought you-
lost money not answering.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
That's not how
Yeah, so you might as
Damned
well
if you do,
answer.
damned if you don't.
Really not
Oh,
interesting.
Nadia.
But no.
Oh. Yeah.
In the movie The Quiet Place, the monsters hunt by sound, and Harpo didn't speak.
He played that harp a ton, though.
Specifically
I
decided
stopped
to make
going
fun of
because,
Nadia.
sadly,
Okay.
there are monsters that eat people who talk when they shouldn't.
Why don't we do everything?
Insufferable stand-up special.
How about this one? But she still gets carded. And thank you for being a contestant on This or Dat.
Oh, this or that.
I'm going to list off 7 things, and for each one, you tell me if it's something that's older than actress Betty White or that's younger than actress Betty White. Answer quick. You'll only have a few seconds to choose between older or younger. And you're all doing this together, so look alive. Okay, let's do it. Airplanes.
Oof.
Penicillin.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, fuck.
Canned beer. Bread.
Ah,
Damn.
damn.
Israel.
That's contentious, but yeah.
I don't want to answer.
How are we defining this?
I think they meant the modern nation state. Yes.
Not a lot of rock stars, but
Sean, good job.
Yeah.
Wowzers.
I know Betty White. Okay.
Binge Pipe has detected a suboptimal player experience.
Looks like it's screw time.
That is the truth, Cookie. Screwing during a question makes life a little tougher for all the other players in a variety of enjoyable ways, and you'll receive a monetary bonus for anyone who answers incorrectly.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yay.
Apparently.
Binge Pipe, your loyal friend that's also a company.
High five
to Lake.
Why not try a nipple effect? Suppose I nickname my nipples the Duplass brothers. What should I call my shorter one? Mark, John,
Jesus Christ.
Matt.
I don't even know who the Duplass brothers are. Oh dear.
Look sharp.
Totally guessing.
Player 7.
I know one of them, but
I've
I don't
been
know if it's the
screwed.
shorter one.
I have also been screwed.
It's tiny print.
Oh.
But that doesn't matter. I'm still guessing.
Yeah, it was totally
Possibly based on
random
a
anyway.
screw.
So.
Okay, let's take a look. This is
Oh,
an
I got
answer.
it.
No.
I didn't get it.
According
He
to
was
Mark,
mocking us.
He is 5'9" and Mark is 5'11.
I don't know who these
How
the
did I
Duplass
guess
brothers
that
are.
right?
What is a Duplass?
Right now, Jay and
They're
Mark
directors.
Directors.
It's a
yeah.
brother.
got it.
Yeah, they're brothers.
Of what?
Screw Player 7. I
Films.
believe it belongs to
Okay. I'll trust you.
Next up, bless you, got served. Which hip hop move best demonstrates the proper hygienic way to speak in public as set out by the
Oh,
Center
I know this.
Oh, this
Control
is
and
fine.
Prevention? The hopping and locking, the Humpty Dance, or dabbing?
Everybody do the Dougie. Classic move.
Okay, who chose what? If you don't have a tissue on hand, the CDC recommends you sneeze into your upper sleeve, which is what it looks like someone is doing when they're dabbing.
Everyone.
I was really hoping someone would pick the Humpty Dance.
Thank you, culture.
I'm sorely tempted just because it's the Humpty Dance.
Round one is officially behind us. How's everyone doing?
I don't know.
Currently,
Jared.
player 2 is in the lead. And as
I
a
owe you guys $300 for this?
the bad thing,
Yep.
your performance triggered the need for more screws.
Again?
Powerful, and they'll net you more.
Did you even
cash
use
for
your
each
last
player
screw,
that gets
Tim?
the question wrong. So don't be shy about using them. The rest of you better answer fast if you don't want to be screwed. Oh, and remember, questions are worth twice as much in round two.
You can take
Of
that.
course they are.
Sticks, trombones is not a parade.
The lobby.
It's a ska band.
I hate seeing movies in the theater. Hold on. Deja vu. Have I mentioned I don't like seeing movies in theaters? Yep, in the first question. Yep, in the second question. Yep, in the fourth. Oh, this will be good.
Flip.
Player 3 decided to screw. Let's turn those frowns upside down.
I can read upside down perfectly well, thank you.
What'd you guys pick?
They gave me the option to make your day worse, so I took it.
Yeah, no.
Nobody got it. Let's skip to the end. That's right. It was the
Oh.
second question.
I don't remember that.
So
I don't remember that either.
And neither does anyone else.
Because sadly, there aren't monsters that eat people who talk when they shouldn't. No, wait. I already did that joke. Nicely done with that screw player 3. Have some cash.
The screw was not the issue.
Mon père a rétréci. 7.
This one's known as Octopus Coffee Queen Elizabeth or
Oh, yay!
I can tell those apart.
Well, let's put that to the test.
correctly predicted 7 World Cup matches.
Oh, this is an easy one.
Octopus Coffee, Queen Elizabeth, or Frankenstein. Oh, look out.
Well, was it Frankenstein?
The room.
He is screwing only one person who did not remember this.
Well, the rest of us got our answers in fast enough, I think.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you screw people too late, then it's no fun.
Oh, there's a terms of service.
I reckon there'll be a lot of words around your thing.
Paul the Octopus correctly predicted.
Adam, this was on the Bugle.
Was it? I haven't listened to the Bugle in like 6 months.
Well, obviously, it was a couple World Cups ago that John Oliver talked about it.
On the Great British Baking Show, too.
Stein went 0 for 7. Nice
He
use
died
of the
then.
Screw Player 7. Here's that cash.
I guess that worked out. Oh my God.
Hair mistakes.
Accident demands your input. Would you like a question where the answer rhymes with orange, or a question where the answer rhymes with purple? Pick an option on your device now. Here are the consequences of your choices.
Purple
We graciously
wins.
accept your choice.
'Twas then I learned to heed the winds of it.
This one's called A Question Where the Answer Rhymes with Purple. So I've been texting with this girl from Scotland, and it's great because, I mean, seriously, we're never going to meet. So I don't have to worry about doing something stupid, like telling my go-to first date story about the time I got kicked in the butt so hard I limped for a week. It's a great story, actually. You know what? I'm going to tell this girl from Scotland about the time I got kicked in the butt so hard I limped for a week. If I want to pepper in some old-timey Scottish slang, how should I tell the story? I got kicked in the derple and I started to kerple. I got kicked in the kerple and I started to herple. I got kicked in the berple and I started to derple. Or I got flerped in the flerple and I grappled the wherple.
I know what I'm voting for.
They're
I
all
don't even
correct.
care if it's right.
Really?
No.
No. Okay, good.
They mock people sometimes.
Kerple means butt, and herple means to hobble or limp.
Oh, well.
Oh, wow.
Jared's killing it.
People of Scotland.
Prohibition, baby.
Way ahead of everybody else.
Trivia is the only thing I'm good at.
I'm usually pretty
You just slayed the rap game as well.
That was an accident.
You accidentally showed your true power level.
Shirt from Fruit of the Louvre. Venus de Milo, Mona Lisa, Girl with a Pearl Earring, or the Nefertiti Bust.
I'm not really sure what is being asked here, but
I have a sense, but
The category had to do with nudity.
Right.
Yeah.
About now, you should feel ashamed.
Oh,
The ancient Greek
this
Venus
game is
Milo
mean.
was
Jeez.
created topless.
famous. It's from the 90s. So as Beth would tell
And
us.
if they don't have her
it's
size at Fruit of the Louvre,
It's true.
you can always run down to Vatican's Secret.
Oh.
But that's okay.
British shows about.
World's worst alarm clock.
Here's one for you.
Nice.
Winter is chumming. You know how rich people sometimes say things about how they're going to summer in the Hamptons or winter in Vail? Well, if you ask a North Pacific humpback whale how she'll be wintering, what might she say? In the Arctic. Darling, I'll be breeding in Hawaii. Peaches, I'll be feeding in Panama. Or Poochie, I'll be breeding in Antarctica.
Which of those terms of endearment is a whale most likely to say?
Yeah, that's what they're after.
that should be your guidepost here.
Oh God!
Peaches are.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no, right.
In the winter months, Pacific humpback whales migrate to the subtropical waters around Hawaii to Not to be crass, but it's a total
Or as I just say, fuck a diddle.
blowhole fest.
I almost picked that one. Meh.
I feel like
Doesn't matter. Jared's winning this.
Yes.
Don't say that. It
Evidently.
could go horribly awry.
Say that. Say that.
Final round.
For the attack, you see an answer that matches the category. Tap it on your device. The faster you pick a right answer, the more cash you make. And more than one answer can be right. But each time you're wrong, I'm taking some cash away. And be careful. It's gotta be a match that fits this clue. That's unusual. This one's a little out there. Good luck.
Damn it.
Huh.
You go change.
Oh, music is so tense.
Ah, damn it.
Spears perfumes are there.
Ah.
Oh, shit.
Ah, shit. Damn it. I felt for a homonym.
Yeah.
I should have known better.
Oh, shit.
Damn it. I like this new version of this.
I like that they didn't show our scores as we were.
Yeah.
No. Oh,
Player 2 takes it. Excellent job.
Nice.
You sure did win this game, but remember,
Sure did.
Great. Winners in the grave.
You don't know Jack.
I'm happy that we played that. I hope everybody else is.
Yes.
That was a good note to end on, for I am quite tired.
Okay, we can end a little early, or if you want to keep chatting, we can keep chatting for a few minutes before we end the stream. Does anybody have an opinion?
Well, I missed the mannequin story, but there was also, Chris, didn't you have a story to tell?
I told my story as well of your friend from
right, the Orlando wedding.
Orlando.
Well,
Tim, do you have any good stories to tell us?
I've got to bounce. So bye, everybody.
Bye, Adam.
Bye, Adam.
Bring Nadia back.
Oh, yeah, I'll bring Nadia back in.
That video game violence, real world violence. I told the instructor, and yet we had 2 world wars before Bong was invented. The box broke down.
I'll be right back. Talk, please.
Tim, that was too quiet for me to hear. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I just heard something
yelling into the mic. So I took a screenwriting class. My degree is in film studies from Eastern Michigan University. And the screenwriting prof was telling us that if there's fictional violence, it causes real people to become violent.
Sure.
So she was saying things like, oh God, she literally said something along the lines of, if you put violence in your movie, you have to apologize to the widow of a murdered police officer.
Oh,
And-
wow.
And then was mentioning video games also turning kids into murder bots. So I said we had 2 whole world wars before Pong was invented, and the talk.
Yes. And, yeah, good. Thank you. I'm glad you said that.
Well,
8 years of City of Villains, I still don't have a robot army, a stolen nuke, radiation-based powers, nothing.
And my cats puke a lot, but they're not zombies that I can send after people. So,
Oh God, if they did like an April Fool's cat summoning power and they just never
that would be amazing.
crawl
Send the
over
cats.
and accomplish nothing, that would be so perfect.
Hey, I've got a question for everybody now that I'm back.
Mhm.
What are y'all reading? We talked about music a little bit. But what are y'all reading now, if anything?
I'm reading Blood in the Mist.
What is this?
that?
Let me actually grab it because the name sounds funny, but
Oh yeah.
Oh, Lud.
You did say Lud.
yeah.
I heard. My brain was like, that not word. He say blood.
No, it's the name of a town, and yeah, it's this fantasy novel from like 1925.
Ooh,
It's amazing. I've read it before, but I'm
Who's it
rereading it. Hope Merleys.
That's not a real name. Hoke?
Hope.
Oh, Hope. Hope. Is that a lady? Hope?
Yeah.
Oh, very
Yeah.
good.
A lady pope.
A lady human. Yeah.
Yes.
It's nice. It's fun.
Novels would cause children to become wicked.
Yeah.
Okay, now if you've been reading anything, let us
Novels.
know as well. Or anybody else who's listening, although I think Kidow's our only audience member now. Nadia, what do you have there?
It is Dart by Alice Oswald. It is a 48-page poem about a river in England. And she researched it for years by interviewing people who lived and worked along the river. And it's
Cool.
quite lovely. And it's nice to be thinking about wandering around the English countryside right now.
It's generally nice to think about that, yeah.
It is.
I've been reading, I just read Great Expectations for the Spouter-Inn, which we recorded this morning and which I need to edit after this, I think. I also read Great Expectations by Kathy Acker, which was my first time reading Kathy Acker, who is a 70s into the 80s. She died a bit young of ovarian cancer, I believe, but an experimental writer coming out of New York who wrote very sort of like William S. Burroughs, if you think of a sort of punk gay woman, well, no, straight woman, punk straight woman interested in gay stuff, rather than a sort of dilapidated gay man from the 50s. It was really good, but it was not relevant. It starts with a few quotes from Great Expectations, and there's a little bit of play with that. And it plays with other texts as well. There's a bit of Orlando that pops up in the middle of it. Really interesting, but not an easy thing to talk about in terms of a podcast episode about Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. So I put that. Have you read that, Nadia?
I have not. Did you know, small trivia question, that Kathy Acker lived in Toronto for a couple of years and was in a relationship with this dude who is still a waiter at the Cameron House, and I'm going to blank on his name now, but
Oh, wow. We don't need to.
he's, like,
So
he's a local
that-
character.
My understanding was that she was in relationships with all sorts of dudes, but
for non-Torontonians, Nadia basically knows everyone in Toronto. Chris, did your opinion of Charles Dickens change?
I enjoyed this more than I enjoyed it when I was assigned to read it in 8th grade, and only pretended to read it. There were things I liked, but by the end of it, as you'll find out if you listen to the episode soon enough, it dragged on. There were some really great moments when Pip is a child, but wow, do I not care about Charles Dickens trying to write adventure stories of trying to get people out of the country in the dark. Like, that's just not interesting to me. The entire last third was too slow by far for my needs. Anybody else reading anything? Mikey, you're reading a book that I got you.
Yes, I am reading Glasstown, which is a graphic novel about the Bronte sisters, and well, actually the 4 Bronte siblings, Branwell as well, and the oh god, Chris, what's the name for the worlds that like creative children make up? Is it Paratopia? No, it's something like that.
Elia, something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, we know what you mean.
Yes, they had Angria and Gondol and Glasstown and these worlds that they collaborated on. Like into their adulthood, they would when they were in each other's company, they would just basically role play stories based on these worlds that they had created. And it's basically based, like we have a lot of the Juvenilia, we have a lot of the writings from this, and so it's sort of weaving in the story of the Bronte family alongside the story of these like super over the top melodramatic like stories that these like creative like 9-year-olds came up with. So
Did you mention that it's a comic book?
Yeah, it's a graphic novel. I mentioned that.
Who did it? Because that sounds familiar. I know
Isabella Greenberg, something like that.
It's right downstairs. I can run and grab it if you guys want.
There's the internet as well.
Oh, that's true.
Could just Google it.
Is Isabel Greenberg? Yes.
Thank you, Chris. It's. I'm about halfway through it. I recommend it thus far. I don't think anything can happen that will change that. I am pleased with their depiction of Anne, which matters to me. She is the best Bronte, in my opinion.
Sure. Tim, do you have are you reading anything interesting?
I did. Kingdom River, Mitchell Smith.
What's that?
It is a science fiction story after a soft apocalypse. There's a change in Jupiter's orbit that pulls Earth just a little out of its orbit. Causes an.
Does that solve global warming?
No, decapitates
solves it too well.
Acne. So, it's a trilogy, and each book takes place about 25 years apart. In book 3, there's people who have to climb a 2-mile tall glacier. It takes multiple days, and not everybody makes it to the top. It's fantasy. It's way more fiction than science. But the big thing about it is that there's this sense of doomed melancholy. There's all these preserved, copied and recopied and recopied and recopied books. But 600 years later, people don't understand any of the context of it. They just know the words, and they only understand how much they don't understand. There's also a bit in book 1 where there's a novel by Amond Chandler. So apparently somebody screwed up on like copy number 3, and they've been
that's
fantastic. That mistake onward and onward and onward. Snowfall, Kingdom River, and Moonrise. I just finished Moonrise, but Kingdom River was closer to the webcam.
Right. And is this your first time reading them, or have you read them before?
This is a revisit. I haven't really read anything new to me during the lockdown, and I don't know exactly what's up with that, but I do know the next book is Soon I Will Be Invincible by Austin Grossman, in which Dr. Impossible, supervillain extraordinaire and third smartest man in human history, is pushing 40 and asking himself,
is that all there is?
Why have I been in prison 12 times?
Is that all there is? Yeah, I totally get the not reading new things while stress is happening, like what's happening right now. I've only been reading new things for me because, well, I guess I haven't actually, but except for the Kathy Acker. I finally read some Kathy Acker, but I've only been doing it for the podcast, right? Like I can only do it if it's homework.
Right.
And otherwise, I've been rereading. I reread the Octavia Butler.
Kindred?
Sorry?
The Parable of the Sower or the Kindred?
No, I reread the. I've read all of her work because she's brilliant and I love her. But I reread something I hadn't reread except for one book of it. The Seed to Harvest books. Okay. So Wild Seed, etc. I have that in a single volume. And they're good, but they do not hold up to my favorite of her books, which I had reread not too long ago, the Xenogenesis / Lilith's Brood trilogy, which are fantastic, and which I gave Mikey to read, and which he got most of the way through the first one, and then he got distracted.
It was fantastic. I was loving it. I stopped reading it for like my own failings. Like I will get back to it. The bookmark is still there.
By bookmark, you mean jockstrap?
Yeah, the jockstrap that I'm using as a bookmark is still there. Listen, you've Yes, I was about to say, you know me well by now.
Both in terms of using the jockstrap as a bookstrap and ruining other people's stuff. Totally on.
It's not ruined. Jockstrap is clean.
What is that? I was gonna say, much depends on the state of this jockstrap.
Listen.
Oh, we've got some incoming from Kadow, by the way.
Yes, I was
So
about to
I
point
just
that out
reread
to
the
you.
original 18th, 19th century of Jack and the Beanstalk for modding reasons. What does modding reasons mean there?
Well, Kadow on his Twitter talks about modding Stardew Valley. So I
Oh,
assume
right. Oh, I know he's into Stardew Valley at the expense of Animal Crossing, which I think is unfair. They're both great. You don't need to choose, but that's a different argument for a different Twitter. And on the 18th century account, Jack plants the beanstalks himself, and they grow so fast they hit him in the face and give him a nosebleed. That's a fantastic detail.
Wow.
Is that from Grimm's fairy tales, or is that somewhere else? I wonder.
If it was 18th century, it'd be somewhere else.
Would it?
Yeah, Grimm was 19th century.
It was 19th century? Okay.
Yeah, 1830s, I think.
That sounds right. Sean, have you been reading anything?
Oh, so much.
Oh, yeah?
I have a very small attention span, so I tend to rotate books a chapter at a time. And so currently the main ones are I'm just finishing the last section of one of the revised versions of Celluloid Closet.
Oh, there's only one, I thought, but maybe there's more than one. He's got an extra chapter in a 90s
revised
version.
Yeah. And I'm glad it has.
It's not worth it. I don't like the revised version.
It kind of I like the extra bit at the end because at least there are signs of hope.
Yeah, that ruins the book.
Fair.
You could go either way, but I do like it without that version. But yes, it's a really great book.
It is an amazing book, and if you want to get all head up about how hats have destroyed Hollywood,
very nice.
Or if you want to find out about interesting queer interventions in early cinema, that's also really a cool thing about it.
Yeah.
Somebody I know, a friend of mine, did a sort of undergraduate thesis, finishing up thesis on the Celluloid Closet, and spent a lot of time in the archives. It's somewhere in New York. And they went down there and did that, and just nonstop crying. It was really hard for them to finish that project because it was so emotional to go through Vito Russo's archives, and just it's rough. But it's a great book.
It is. It's an amazing book. It's definitely one I'm keeping because I'll be referring back to it. I think the other two I'm working through are also keepers, but on a much lighter vein.
Do you not usually keep books?
I'm starting to have to cull because I have too much stuff. So I went through and culled a bunch of movies, and now I'm working on the books as I can actually dig them out from under giant piles. But the other ones are I forget his married name, but Daniel Ortberg's
Daniel Lavery.
Thank you, Daniel Lavery's oh God, I had this. It's
the Mere Wife or
the Mary Widow. The
Mary Spinster.
Mary Spinster. Mary Spinster.
That's so good.
It's fabulous. every story in it, I think, wow, this is perfect. This is such a great revisit and inversion of a fairy tale. I can't imagine how he did any better. And I read the next one and it's better. So the whole book is amazing.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite just people.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And the last one I'm cycling through as a main read is a sort of curated small collection of Japanese tales by Lafcadio Hearns. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen the movie version. I haven't read it.
So there's he's probably most famous to Western audiences because of the movie made of Kwaidan, which was one of his collections. It's on Criterion. It's amazing.
Yeah, Qui-Gon is so good.
And I can't wait to actually get. I didn't even know he did it. I was wandering through a bookstore and I saw this Japanese Tales of some. What the hell is this name? And I was like, okay, cool. And I started reading the intro and I'm like, what? He wrote Qui-Gon. So I mean, he's basically this guy who emigrated to America and then was like, well, I can get paid to nice purr. I could get paid to write touring articles. So he started traveling the world and reporting back about different exotic places for American readers. And I think for Harper's Bazaar, he went to Japan and he was like, I am now Japanese. And he got married and he changed his name and he became like nationalized. And then World War II happened. But he collected he collected a lot of stories and wrote them down. So he's sort of one important source of Japanese folk tales is this outsider who decided he belonged, which is cool.
As the banner says, it is the 100th birthday today of Saul Bass, which is very exciting for those of us who enjoy his graphic design.
And his one movie.
And his one movie, which, okay, I didn't realize it was his 100th birthday happening until I got that email from the Criterion Collection, which is what you mentioned it, which is what reminded me of it. And I'd set this up. But little sneak peek for everybody who's still paying attention. But we've decided that we will be doing... so the next episode of It's Just a Show, we've already decided and announced. But the one after that, we will be doing the one movie by Saul Bass, which was misted at one point. And so we will be doing phase 4, available for watching without misting on Criterion Channel right now. But we will be doing the misted version later this month. So that's fun. I haven't watched it before. I don't know. Sean, have you watched it or anybody?
Yeah, Tim and I have both.
Did you do an episode on it?
Not
I don't think so.
What's it called?
Not?
It's called Phase 4 as an IV.
Yeah, Roman numeral 4. It's ants who become super intelligent.
That's right.
And it's sort of an art movie where, like, the ants obviously don't have dialogue. They must have shot hundreds of hours of stuff because it looks like they're acting. They just like 18 seconds they needed of ants doing something purposeful. And it's really astonishing. Also, apparently, some of the ants are played by wasps. The queen ant is played by a wasp.
That hashtag Hollywood so white.
Yeah.
Oscar's so white. Yes.
But yeah, there's a sequence where they use poison. They like spray poison crap all over Hell's Creation to stop the ants from doing something. And they have this sequence of an ant dragging one little crystal until it dies, and then another ant drags that crystal until it dies, and so on until it gets to the queen. Then the queen like taste tests it and starts laying eggs the same color as the poison, and the poison doesn't work on the new breed anymore.
Oh, interesting.
One of those things. I have no idea how you would miss this movie. I have no idea.
So they did the MSC. They did the misting in their season 0. It's a KTMA episode. So yeah,
they may not have known what was going on ahead of time because I don't believe in season 0 they pre-scripted. So
it's towards the end of season 0. So they had started to. They didn't pre-script, but they did watch the movies beforehand at that point.
Okay.
So they might have had some sense of it, but it was the movie that they could get. Like this was back when they were local TV.
So they had to do it. Yeah. But yeah,
I don't think Riff Tracks has redone it, but what do I know?
Well, I mean, they probably don't pick on the good ones anymore. I guess I don't know. I would really highly recommend it without the commentary because it's one of those things. It's kind of like Streets of Fire in that nobody's ever going to do this again.
Bonk. Sorry.
Oh, nice.
That's great.
I've got villainy with crew to go on and do, but thank you so much for this.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to wrap up now, I think. But thank you for joining us. I'm glad you were able to get your tech sorted, and we will see you in future weeks.
Actually, mail the damned webcam.
All right, we're going to wrap up. So everybody say your goodbyes.
Goodbye, everybody.
Don't mess with the ants. They will murder you.
Oh, yeah. It's the ants' planet. We're just boiling it.
Yeah.
And happy birthday
They're
to...
burrowing it.
Right.
Hey, yo. Happy
Hey.
birthday, Saul Bass. Thank you to our devoted audience member or two.
We got up to 3 for a little while. We
briefly had 3, and there's a lot of content to choose from, so we appreciate you choosing us.
Someday these archive streams will be watched by tens of people.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Go listen to our podcasts, I guess, or don't. Just keep watching our streams. That's enough at this point.
Hit the button, Chris.
Hit the button, like and subscribe. Oh wait, there's one more comment. It's smiley face from Kadao. Thank you very much. And yeah, thank you. That was great information about Jack and the Beanstalk as well. Okay, we're going to end this broadcast. We will see you next week. We'll hopefully figure out a time where we can get a few more of our West Coasty friends involved, like Ned. But until then, goodbye.